know, you are so unsuitable for my daughter. My child comes from a whole line of revolutionaries. And you look so lost. What are you gonna do about this baby?
You know what freedom is?
What?
No fear. Go! Not one thing, it's another. Find that to be true.
I need you, brother. Sensei, please.
Courage, Bob. Courage.
That's it. Courage. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Hey, thank you,
And your Islandman, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the Islandman, bringing you, yes, you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Hawaii. And yes, this is Trinidad, the Islandman, your Islandman. And last night, opening night, I went and saw the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, newcomer Chase Infinity, and Teyana Taylor. And, well, remember our rating scale, Shaka thumbs up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shaka thumbs down, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for one battle after another, it is overall a Shaka thumbs down. Now, let me caveat that by saying that this is not a bad movie, but it's not as good as I thought it could have been. And so that holds it back for me into a Shaka thumbs down. Maybe I'm being too critical on this movie, but after hearing a lot of early reviews or reviewers mention that, oh, this is the best movie of the year, this is it, Leonardo DiCaprio does a great job, it's like, I'm sorry, I did not see that in this movie. I saw a lot of interesting points, I saw a lot of interesting ideas, yet, Chase Infinity does a great job as a newcomer. Benicio del Toro is fantastic in this movie, probably the best role he's had in years, and I wouldn't mind seeing a movie about him and his, journey in this rebellion of sorts, because he seemed much more interesting than the story around Tatiana Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio with their daughter Chase Infinity. This movie also stars Sean Penn, who is really kind of one note in this movie, bordering on the absurd, along with Leonardo DiCaprio. Maybe, what I expected was something a little bit more serious. The initial trailers came out, and I was not impressed because it showed a jokey kind of scatterbrain Leonardo DiCaprio, kind of a buffoonish. In this rebellion, his wife is like all into it. They call themselves the French 75, and I guess they're going on all the way from the 70s, or carrying the roots from the 70s. They probably started in the late 80s themselves, but apparently Tatiana Taylor's mother had done this same sort of thing, and so she's carrying on that legacy. And Leonardo DiCaprio, because he loves her, kind of falls into it, and he believes in the ideals as well of standing against this government oppression, very much so like we see today, where ICE agents are raiding, honest immigrants, even those with their green cards, arresting out of nowhere, just dropping in with actual militarized troops, army troops, picking people off the street, U.S. natives, U.S. citizens, along with illegal immigrants, along with green card holders. There's no, I guess they've reached no discrimination policy because they're picking up everybody, essentially, and threatening them almost equally. Uh, so yes, it does play upon the fears of today. And, I was kind of thinking that maybe this was going to be a more serious, more hard-hitting Civil War kind of movie, kind of like Alec Garland's movie from last year. And in a way it is, but again, it holds back. And I think Paul Thomas Anderson wanted to spare some of that controversy because he knew, especially with this Kirk guy's killing, I guess, lately, that this would become a controversial, or had the potential to become a controversial thing. Obviously talking about open rebellion in the streets against overreach of government authority, and so to tone it down a little without censoring himself, he said, okay, Leonardo, just be silly in this role. And he's definitely silly in this role. He does give some good laughs. Even Sean Penn, is serious, but he takes it to the point of absurdity. And to me, that just takes back from the hard-hitting impact that this movie could have had, much, much more than what it did, unfortunately. That being said, I'll leave it up to you if you want to see this movie. But for me, it's a one and done. I saw it. I give it a Shaka thumbs down. If it's on streaming later on, I may watch it again, especially if a friend hasn't seen it and I'm watching it with them. But if I doubt I'll go seek it out on my own and watch it just for, fun, for fun, later on again. But, your interests may vary, so you might want to go see it. But definitely it's something worth seeing on streaming. I just can't justify a full movie price to see what I felt was a Shaka thumbs down because of these ridiculous portrayals of these people. Perhaps that's real life. Who knows? But I had to say no to it. It just didn't do it for me. All right. Again, one battle after another. Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro. Benicio del Toro pretty much carries this movie, and he's in a decent part of it. I thought maybe he'd just have a cameo, but no, he's got a good part in this movie, and he's the most interesting part of this movie, I feel. I don't know. There are references, I guess, that maybe this is what the Black Panthers could have become if they had continued to become more and more militant, perhaps. I'm not sure what Paul Thomas Anderson is referring to with the French 75. I'd never heard of that, or if he had made that up. Perhaps it goes back to, a World War II reference, perhaps, with the French Rebellion. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up because I'm not that interested in this movie, although I am interested in the topics. And the feelings of this movie just because of current day events. But unfortunately, again, I feel the buffoonish nature of both Sean Penn and Leonardo DiCaprio take away what could have been a much more hard impacting telling of this tale. All right. Mahalo.